Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. One Dutton scene is confirmed to happen in the Yellowstone Season 5 finale. The penultimate episode of Yellowstone Season 5 confirms Taylor Sheridan's neo-Western drama will top the Dutton story with a vital scene. The sixth-generation Duttons have a slow-paced outing in what could be the second-to-last Yellowstone episode, with potentially just one installment left in the whole story, as Sheridan has yet to issue an official verdict on Yellowstone Season 6. The show has a lot of details to wrap up, and some stories may go unfinished. Still, the Yellowstone Season 5 finale will doubtlessly feature one scene, confirmed by Kelly Reilly's Beth Dutton in Give the World Away. In Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, Beth gets an important update about John Dutton, Kevin Costner, building up to an emotional season finale moment. As the Duttons auction off parts of their ranch to raise money for their mortgage case, Luke Grimes reports to his sister and Monica, Kelsey as Bill, that the coroner's office has called and their father's body is ready for someone to pick up. As Monica makes arrangements, Beth tells her husband, Rip Kohlhauser, that she wants to have a private funeral for her father, closing the chapter on John Dutton IE's fate in Yellowstone. The penultimate episode of Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2 promises John Dutton's body will return to the ranch. While Beth notes that she doesn't want to invite anyone to her father's funeral, saying it is just for him, Yellowstone's penultimate features a public ceremony for John at the auction before the bidding begins. Following the American national anthem, the auction manager says a few words about John's legacy as Teeter, Jennifer Landon, and Case ride into the pen on horseback, each leading a horse without a rider to commemorate their loved ones. Yellowstone has saved John Dutton IE's funeral for the Season 5 finale, since the event didn't happen in Episode 13. John's funeral is a fitting way to cap off the season, but with countless unresolved storylines, Episode 14 has much to tackle. We still don't know who will win Beth and Jamie's, Wes Bentley, war, nor the fate of the Dutton Ranch. However, a heartbreaking 1883 reference in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, may foreshadow the end of the Dutton saga in Montana, as we understand it. Still, while anything is possible, John's funeral is guaranteed. The news that her father is coming home shakes Beth because it's been a long journey for John's children since the Montana governor met his tragic fate. However, substantial reasons for delaying the release of John's remains exist. With a push from Case, the detectives reopened the case of his father's death and investigated it as a homicide, and the coroner and detectives' due diligence indeed took time. Yellowstone Season 5 has also tackled other storylines in the fallout of John's death. In the sprawling, rugged landscapes of Montana, where the Dutton family's Yellowstone Ranch holds sway like a kingdom unto itself, the stage is set for a season finale that promises seismic shifts and shattering revelations. As the fifth season of Yellowstone draws to a close, one scene, whispered about with tantalizing hints, is confirmed to happen, and it may redefine the Dutton legacy forever. The scene takes place at twilight, the horizon awash in fiery hues of orange and crimson. It's a symbolic hour for a symbolic act, one that will test loyalty, expose treachery, and cement alliances in blood. The family's patriarch, John Dutton, stands atop the ridge overlooking the ranch, his silhouette framed by the dying light. His weathered face, etched with decades of hardship and resolve, is a mask of determination. He summoned his family, a council of Duttons, to face a truth that can no longer be avoided. Beth Dutton arrives first, her sharp heels clicking against the gravel. The family's unrelenting protector, Beth's fiery spirit is both a shield and a sword. Her piercing eyes dart toward her father, sensing the weight of the moment. Behind her, Rip Wheeler follows, his stoic presence a constant in Beth's chaotic world. Rip's loyalty to John and the ranch is unshakable, but even he can feel the tension crackling in the air like an approaching storm. Case Dutton arrives next, his truck kicking up a cloud of dust as he parks beside the others. The former Navy SEAL carries the scars of war and family conflict, both visible and unseen. Monica and Tate, Case's anchors in an otherwise tumultuous life, remain at the ranch, unaware of the magnitude of what's about to unfold. Jamie Dutton is the last to appear. His arrival is marked by an uneasy silence, the kind that precedes an eruption. Once the golden boy of the family, Jamie's strained relationship with his father and siblings has left him isolated. His role as Montana's Attorney General has only deepened the chasm, as his ambitions and alliances often clash with the family's interests. John's gravelly voice cuts through the silence as he addresses his children. This land, this ranch, it's not just dirt and grass, it's history, it's sacrifice, and it's a promise that we'd protect it, no matter the cost. His gaze sweeps over each of them, lingering on Jamie, whose face is an inscrutable mask. The scene pivots when John reveals a document that has the potential to shatter the family's unity, a will. Not just any will, but one that outlines the future of the Yellowstone Ranch, should John no longer be at the helm. It's a move he's avoided for years, knowing the discord it might sow, but recent events have forced his hand. The Dutton patriarch knows he must ensure the ranch's survival, even if it means dividing his family further. Beth's reaction is immediate and explosive. "You think splitting this ranch is going to save it? You're handing Jamie the keys to destroy everything you built." She spits, her voice a mix of fury and betrayal. Rip places a calming hand on her shoulder, but even he knows there's no calming Beth when it comes to her distrust of Jamie. Case's response is more measured but no less impassioned. "Dad, this family's been fighting for this land for generations. But if we keep fighting each other, we're gonna lose more than the ranch. We're gonna lose everything that makes us a family." His words are a plea for unity, but they seem to fall on deaf ears. Jamie, for his part, finally breaks his silence. "Do you even see me as part of this family, or am I just the necessary evil?" His voice trembles with years of pent-up resentment. "You've always treated me like an outsider, but I've done everything you've asked. Everything. And still, it's never enough." The confrontation escalates when Beth accuses Jamie of conspiring against the family with market equities, the corporate giant threatening the ranch's existence. Jamie denies the accusation, but the seeds of distrust are deeply rooted, and Beth's unrelenting fury only fans the flames. It's then that John does something unexpected. He turns to Rip and asks, "If it came down to it, could you protect this ranch from anyone? Even family?" The question hangs heavy in the air, a testament to John's desperation and the lengths he's willing to go to safeguard his legacy. Rip's reply is a solemn nod, his loyalty to John outweighing even the bonds of family. As the family's arguments reach a fever pitch, a new element is introduced that raises the stakes even higher. A convoy of black SUVs approaches from the distance, their headlights piercing the encroaching darkness. It's a delegation from Market Equities, led by Caroline Warner, the calculating CEO who's made it her mission to acquire the Yellowstone Ranch. Her arrival is both a provocation and a power play, forcing the Duttons to present a united front, however fragile it may be. Caroline steps out of the lead vehicle, her presence as commanding as it is unwelcome. "Well, isn't this a picturesque family gathering?" she quips, her tone dripping with condescension. "I hope I'm not interrupting." John's response is as cold as the Montana wind. "You're trespassing," he growls, his hand resting instinctively on the buckle of his belt, where a revolver is holstered. Caroline's smirk falters, but only slightly. She's come prepared, and she unveils an offer that's as tempting as it is insidious. "Sell me the ranch," she proposes, "and I'll make sure your family's name is enshrined in Montana's history books. Refuse, and I'll bury you so deep in legal battles you'll be begging for a way out." Her ultimatum is met with stony silence, the Duttons' collective hatred for her palpable. It's Beth who breaks the silence, her voice like a whip. "You'll get this ranch over my dead body." Caroline's eyes narrow, her smirk returning. "That could be arranged," she retorts, her words a chilling reminder of the high stakes at play. The scene ends on a cliffhanger, with John turning to his family and uttering a single weighty command: decide. Whether he's referring to their answer to Caroline's offer or their commitment to the ranch, and each other remains deliberately ambiguous. The sun dips below the horizon, leaving the characters and the audience in the dark, both literally and metaphorically. This pivotal scene encapsulates the essence of Yellowstone, a family caught between preserving their legacy and navigating the treacherous waters of loyalty, ambition, and betrayal. As the credits roll, one thing is certain: the Dutton story is far from over, and the Yellowstone Ranch remains the beating heart of their saga, come hell or high water.